Hey guys, so I want to talk about. Ooh, my camera just got blurry. Okay, so I just want to talk about a subject that is very important to me. Um, I just recently went through a lot of comments in a video, and it just made me sick. All the people on there commenting like this. So, when you get pregnant, no matter what you do, you're taking a chance at that. Sorry, it's been a rough day. I'm having problems with my asthma, with my throat, and I've had to use. I've even have. I'm even having to use my walker today. Use a walker the day to get to the bathroom and back to the couch because I can't really walk right now. But anyways, they're all saying the same thing. Oh, you should abort a child if you know they're going to have a disability, yada, yada, yada. When you get pregnant, you're taking a chance that that child's going to have a disability. A disability doesn't have to just happen when they're a baby. They can also form it later on. If you are pregnant and you are considering aborting that child because it has a disability, I will tell you, I have had disabilities my whole life. I have grown up with disabilities. That being said, I have friends. I played. I had a relatively normal childhood. I mean, yes, I did have a lot of disabilities. Sometimes I would go to the hospital for a while and then I would leave. But I had friends, I have loving parents. Now I have a husband and a son. And I have had a few stupid comments from people telling me, so would your mom, things like, would your mom have aborted you, or if she knew all of this was gonna happen, because or why didn't your mom abort you? Would you have wanted your mom to abort you? No. No. It makes me sick. Not only do I know for myself, but I grew up in special ed. 99% of my friends were disabled as well. And most of them had disabilities that they were born with. And they said the same thing. They would say the same thing. And I went to equine therapy, which is therapy using horses. And all these kids who have disabilities and stuff would all tell you the same thing, that if you're thinking of aborting, I'm sorry, but that's actually selfish. You're wanting to abort the child because you don't want to go through it. If you can't afford a child with disabilities, find someone who can care for it. Don't sit there and abort it. That is killing that baby. Just because you think it's gonna end up in pain or something. Just because someone's born with disabilities, are going to be born with disabilities, doesn't mean they're going to be in pain or suffer their whole life. That's why we have doctors and stuff to help you, with pain and to help you get better. If someone's going to be born with a heart defect, there's surgeries that they can get a heart transplant. I know someone who got a heart transplant and she is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with her. She doesn't have any disabilities anymore. She's got a new heart and she's healthy now. That was her only disability, was her heart was messed up. So there's still a chance that your child will still live a good life. there's thousands of people out there with disabilities who were told they were going to die before, when they were little, or had like 20% chance or something of life, and living normal, and now they're fine. Now they're doing great. When you find out, if you find out that your child's going to have disabilities, what I suggest you do before you do anything rash, first, you need to put your side and your emotions out the door. You need to consider only about that child and that child's life. The first thing that I suggest you do, research and learn everything about that disability. Talk to people who have that disability. Go see children who have disabilities, whether they're the same or similar to what your child's going to have, so you can know everything about it. Don't just take the doctor's words. Don't just take the doctor's words, please. Just go look at children who have disabilities, whether they're the same or similar. Go look at them. Go definitely look at children who are the same, who have the same disabilities as yours is going to have, no matter what it's going to be. Go and research that disability. Know everything you can about it. And just because it says they may have a shorter life, or that disability could end up killing them, doesn't mean they're going to live their life in pain or suffering either. There are disabilities where they can live 20 years or 30 years even, or, sometimes shorter than that, but they still live a happy life before they pass. One of the girls that I know of, she lived in my town, and I forgot what the disorder's called. Basically she had fluid on her brain, and it made the top part of her brain really large. And yeah, people did stare and stuff, but that's because they were curious. But she always had a smile on her face. She always played. Her dad and mom knew she wouldn't live long. They did the research and stuff. She lived until she reached 2 years old. But she was a happy little girl. She played. She was just like any other girl, any other little 2-year-old girl. The only difference was she had a disability. So please, please, please consider all these things before you do something rash. And please, people, quit calling women stupid or selfish or all these horrible things, because they don't abort their child when they know they're going to have a disability. Please don't do it. Because, no, when it comes down to it, you're the one selfish because you want to kill a child who has a disability. And please, I don't want to hear any comments. If I was disabled, I would want my parents to abort me. I don't want to hear any of that. I don't want to hear any of that in the comments. Because if you're not disabled, you don't know what it's like. Yes, we have our ups and downs and our struggles, but we live a happy life. The fact is, we don't even know any different. So, how are we? I mean, yeah, sometimes we'll have a breakdown. And we'll cry. Well, why can't I be like them? Why can't I be like the rest of the kids? But every child has a breakdown. about something like that. A normal kid out there who has this disabilities will have a breakdown saying, why can't I draw like that person? Why am I not as fast as that person? Why can't I sing? Why can't I do this or that or this? And to all those, they're saying, well, you're going to have the kid, and then you're taking the chance that they're going to suffer and then end up killing themselves later. Newsflash, a lot of your kids who commit suicide don't have any disabilities. And your kids who do commit suicide who have disabilities, 98% of those children ended up doing it because of people saying things like this. They see those comments about, oh, well, they see those comments and then they start thinking, well, I shouldn't be alive because I have a disability. Because I'm different, I shouldn't be alive. People who make fun of them, stare, glare, make these rude comments like that. Like, oh, well, if, it just puts in their head, I shouldn't be alive. I don't have the right to live. I don't have the right to be here with all these other normal people because I have a disability. I'm different, so I shouldn't be here. You're the ones putting it through their heads by saying this stuff. There was one comment that I read and it really upset me. This guy said he would abort his baby if he could get pregnant. He would abort his baby if it had a disability because crippled people freak him out. He flat out said, crippled people freak me out. They're freaks. And then when I went in the comments, he even called them freaks of nature. Well, and if you have a disability and you're seeing things like this, or you're hearing people tell you stuff like this, please know you're not alone. There are others with disabilities who are different. Your differences make you who you are. Own it. Own it. Because you're beautiful just the way you are. Your differences, just because you have disabilities, doesn't change who you are as a person. You are beautiful. You deserve to be here. Don't listen to those haters, to those people saying those things. Don't listen to them. Because they're the ones who have a problem, not you. They're the ones who are cold-hearted, not you. Don't let it bother you. Because you have the right to be here. Just own your disabilities. Own your differences. Don't let it stop. Just because you have a disability, don't let it stop you. If you want to, say for instance, be a doctor, but you have a disability, don't let that stop you to become a doctor. Don't let it stop you from being an artist. Don't let it stop you from living your life how you want it.